Is Peak Design the best travel tripod? Yes, I think it is. Oh, you want to know more? So I've been looking for the perfect video travel tripod for quite some time now, and I thought that this, the Manfrotto BeFree Live, is the perfect option. What I think is really important to have in a travel tripod is weight. Has to be really light, it has to compact down very small, and it has to be able to support a mirrorless camera without having big issues. So I had these two for quite some time now. This is the Manfrotto BeFree Live, the video travel tripod. This is the Manfrotto Compact Advanced. It's very nice head, very easy to use. So first of all, stability. My initial impression is that the Manfrotto is a bit more unstable than the Peak Design, but you have to take into consideration the fact that you have this arm here. So with this arm, you're going to make it bounce a bit more. They are both made of aluminium, so when it comes to weight, they are pretty much similar. Probably the most important aspect of using Peak Design is that when you lock the head, it's locked. And now you can really push onto it, you can move it, it sticks. It's really stable. When you're trying to stabilize Manfrotto, it's quite stable, but you can see you can move it. This is going to cause some extra wear on the screw. When it comes to height, Peak Design is a bit higher, but it's a very small difference. They cover almost the same surface on the ground, but that can be easily changed, so you can put the legs together. This is not going to be as stable, but it's definitely usable. Now, if you want to extend it, so if you want to use it in the low angle, this is very easy. Just press here and you extend the legs. And that's why I had to go out for this review, because as you can see, that's quite a lot of surface. So yeah, I'm going to just lay it down on the ground here. To do this on the Manfrotto, you just take these onto the extremes, and you can do the same, just like that, yeah. And immediately you can see the huge difference in the extension. So Peak Design can get much lower to the ground than the Manfrotto. Of course, we can lower the column on both of these, but as you can see, the difference is pretty much in favor of Peak Design. Okay, so let's say now I finished with my shoot and I want to take the tripod away. With Manfrotto, you have to raise the column first, close it here, and then close all the legs. And you can do this pretty much the same as Peak Design. These are cam levers. And yeah, you can try to do it like this. They don't slide as nicely or as easily as you would expect. And then you can close them, just like that. They're not that easy to close, by the way, but you can do that. And it's pretty annoying that you have to move these levers onto the first position inside and then raise the legs up, lower the head so that it fits, and raise the legs like this. And now you can put it in the bag. With Peak Design, it's much easier. The clamps, they just clamp like this. It's very easy to get it back. And then you just open up all of these. It's the same design, so cam levers, you have to open them all. Much easier than those twist and lock. It goes down to the ground pretty easily. It's not that easy as I've seen with the carbon version, but it goes down really fast, and then you just close it. They're really easy to close, by the way, even with this version. and then it goes like this. Sure, the head has to be lowered just a bit more. If you want to use it, you have to raise it. And this is the big design compacted next to Manfrotto. As you can see, the difference in size is minimal. I think it's about 1 centimeter, maybe 2. But when it comes to volume, it's a huge difference. This ball head design is very useful when it comes to closing this central column. This one, it's good, but it's not that easy to use, and it's not that secure to use as compared to big design. Also, there is quite a big problem I have with the Manfrotto. There is some grease that every now and then can come out from this head here, and if you get grease on your hands while you're using lenses or camera bodies, it can get really annoying and you can get them really dirty. My impression is that all the screws in Manfrotto are a bit more fragile, but the levers and the cam levers on the big design are much more well made, more stable and more rugged. I think this is going to take a bit more abuse. And the plate is quite big with Manfrotto, but you have the option to use it with a key or with a dime. The big design plate though is really small, very easy to use, but you need to have the key, the hex key. And this one, the hex key here, can easily fall down, just like other people have said on the internet. If you grab it from here, from the key, if you're careful with it, it's not going to fall down, but it can come out. What I have noticed is that if you put this key on the wrong position, it's going to come out really fast. But if you put it in such a way that you have to press to put it in, then it's not going to come out that easily. And I think the last issue I need to address is panning. So this one is definitely a fluid head. You can use it very smoothly with a camera attached. It's very easy to use as a fluid video head. This one, not so much. It's much more difficult to do a pan, but it's not impossible. And it's not that difficult. You just have to be careful with the level, and you have to be careful with not going too much in a tilt, up or down. But you can go into a tilt with this one as well. It's very easy to push the head a bit down or a bit up. When you do a pan, it's very difficult to do a continuous pan when you're doing it manually. When you attach a gimbal, that's a different story. But if you do it manually, I think tilt is going to be present to some extent in any kind of panning motion. The marketing claims are, it's very portable. Yes, I think it is. The weight, not so much. I think it's a bit too heavy. Is it fast to set up? Yes, but not quite as fast as they show it online, especially not with the aluminum version, maybe with the carbon one, I don't know. Is it stable? Oh yes, very stable. Is it intuitive to use? Yes, it is. Do you have stability in the head, and can you lock it easily and surely, securely? Yes, yes. Can you add more load onto this to use it as a regular tripod or as a video tripod? Yes, I think you can. The plate, well, it's a bit of a con, but I think we can make it work. Using it with a mobile mount, well, okay, it's a nice touch. Of course, you're not going to buy this tripod to be able to shoot with your phone, but I think it's a nice touch anyway. When it comes to these hooks, well, Manfrotto used to have a plastic hook that broke on my first use. It's here. You can unscrew it and you can put something else in instead, which is nice. but it's plastic, so it broke the first time I used it. This one seems to be very, very stable. I could hang a big weight out of this and it would hold. So this backpack I'm wearing is not really that heavy, but I'm going to demonstrate it. So yeah, you can put this here. What I'm looking for the most in a travel tripod is to be able to put it in the backpack, in a small one, and to just close it. Maybe have an extra camera in here for some extra clothes. And now I can put a rain cover on top of it. Everything is fixed together. There's no, they're not exposed to the elements. There's not going to be any kind of scratching or falling off the backpack. It's all inside. I really like that. I'm not going to hit any doors with it. I really like this. This has become a long review already, but I just want to add that you can buy the Manfrotto Compact Advanced for about a quarter of the price, and it is lighter. It is quite easy to set up, the same cam lever design. And in most situations you can carry this and you can work with it. It won't be such of a big difference. I would still buy the big design tripod, mainly for the capability of adding more weight, more load onto the head. But this one is really good as well. And again, it's a quarter of the price. So I would really consider it as an option. Ok. Încerc să fac o încheiere aici la... Da! Da, dă dracu, nu... Baby, ți-am spus că nu mai stau să mă mai aranjez pentru YouTube. Fii serios. Treaba mea, exact. Acum. Bla 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 bla. E de hamac? E de hamac? Oh, hai baby afară. Ia laptopul cu tine și hai. Coluri. Ce nu poți să faci coluri din... Îți fac eu hotspot. Îți fac eu hotspot. Bun, hai să termin cu asta. Deci, la. I would still buy the big design tripod